When Nikocado Avocado dropped his bombshell video 11 months ago, he caught the world by surprise. Nikocado Avocado, a mukbang star whose videos regularly got millions of views, built his following by making videos of himself eating meals that would take 5 to 10 regular men to finish.
This is the Lord's Day.
As time went on, Nikocado became severely overweight from all the excess calories that he consumed on a daily basis. And it was so bad for him that at one point he had to wear a tube that looked like a trunk to pump air into his lungs and aid with his breathing. Trolls made fun of Nick for his weight, as well as his disgusting food content. Even fans too were worried for his well-being, expressing concerns in the comment sections of his videos. But what nobody knew at the time was that Nick was 2 steps ahead of them. While everyone was worrying about him and his health, Nick was taking his health very seriously. He was working out. He dialed back the terrible eating habits, all while uploading pre-recorded videos on his YouTube channel simultaneously for almost 2 years. Then one day, out of the blue, he posted the reveal video that literally blew everyone's mind and would be the topic of conversation on the platform for weeks.
2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead. This has been the greatest social experiment.
Before this, Nick wasn't a nobody either. He already had over 4 million subscribers and nearly 1 billion views on his main channel alone. He was captivating and divided audiences with his larger-than-life persona. He's also the self-proclaimed king of mukbang videos, a South Korean trend where creators consume massive amounts of food on camera. But his story is far more than just eating. It's a tale of calculated chaos, public feuds, and health crises.
Oh, Baba! 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 Oh, Baba!
We all know Nikocado Avocado is a long-term YouTuber and has been covered countless times before by multiple channels, from deep dives into his rise on YouTube to commentary on his health, drama, and endless feuds with other creators. So this is definitely not the first video about him, but this isn't meant to be a biography or another recycling of the same narratives. Instead, today we're going to be highlighting some of Nikocado's biggest controversies, the moments that turned him into one of the most controversial figures online, while also acknowledging the strange duality that makes him so fascinating. For example, how in the same breath he can come off as both an occasional genius of internet performance and an absolute fool of his own making. Today, we're going deep into the life of Nikocado and hope to eventually understand just how much of his life was real and how much was just for show. You see, in the wild world of this guy, controversy is never far away. By 2019, he had already established himself as a mukbang powerhouse. His carefully curated videos were already drawing in millions of viewers.
I love cheese, da-dun. I love cheese, da-dun. I love cheese, da-dun.
But one event, more than any other, thrusted him into the spotlight and solidified his reputation as one of YouTube's most divisive figures. That was Nikocado's feud with Stephanie Soo, another YouTuber, with their clash becoming a defining point in Nick's career. It all began in December 2019 when Nick collaborated with Stephanie Soo, a then rising star in the mukbang community who was known for her soft-spoken charm and storytelling.
In and out of sleep.
In and out of sleep.
Hopefully you can trust me now.
I do.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do.
Good. Whole Me Too movement.
Hashtag me too.
The friendly duo, along with silent mukbanger Zach Choi, silent because he never speaks in his videos, They filmed a video together where they were all eating spicy Korean noodles in what appeared to be like any other friendly crossover. Their video was a hit, racking up millions of views. But behind the scenes, things weren't as good as they appeared on camera.
Oh, Zach. Get in there.
You were in the crime section.
I was. What's the naughtiest thing you've ever done?
I feel like I did a lot of bad stuff when I was growing up.
Really? Really?
I almost burnt, sorry.
4 days after the video of the trio aired, Soo dropped a bombshell video titled "Why I Am Scared of Nikocado Avocado," which has since amassed over 17 million views. In the video, she accused Nick of manipulative and abusive behavior during their collaboration. She claimed he sent her harassing text messages, was berating her for not eating enough during the shoot. He even tried to force her to speak ill about her friend Veronica Wang during the shoot, and even accused her of being dishonest afterwards.
A lot of things can just be solved offline, but because of how extreme things have gotten recently, I just want to share my side. I feel like I've been manipulated by fear, that I can't say no to him. I just want to take back my power to say no, not feel like someone's holding this thing over me.
Soo also said that Nick took unauthorized photos of her home, including her bedroom and closet, while he was in her house, and he shared those pictures online without asking her consent, making her feel violated and unsafe.
And then I slipped away to the restroom very, very quickly. The one time that I did, without letting me know what he was doing, he took multiple pictures inside my house. And then immediately he started looking around at the ceiling. I didn't have any cool light fixtures up there. I just don't know what else would be up there other than security camera.
And even after they had finished shooting for the first day, she explained that she got home really late and had to sleep in until noon the following day, as she kept on falling in and out of sleep. By the time she would finally wake up, she already got text and multiple calls from Nick concerning their shoot that day. Then she sent him a text saying that she would not be able to make it for the shoot scheduled for that day due to the little sleep she got, and that she was feeling sick. Nick's response to this was quite a hostile one, as he made it clear to her that he had been waiting for hours for her, and she could have said something earlier, which actually sounds fair, until he referenced how Soo didn't like this same treatment from Veronica. The accusations hit Nick really hard, and Soo's emotional delivery, backed by screenshots of text messages, described a very troubled relationship with Nick, and painted him as a controlling figure who lashed out when things didn't go his way. She described feeling intimidated by his domineering presence, saying his behavior often left her anxious and fearful, as stated in the video title.
Everyone's just gonna be saying, Stephanie, you're a grown woman. Why didn't you just leave? Or tell him, hey, stop. At that point, I don't even know if I can describe to you the feelings, because it's almost like any feeling that you had of this person at least has a mutual respect for me. It's not even friendship, it's not even trust, those were long gone, but it's this person has somewhat of a mutual respect for me, my comfort, my consent to talk about things. It's just all gone.
Fans flooded the comments, expressing shock and support for Soo, with many calling Nick a bully. The video's impact was huge. In no time, it was already trending across YouTube and sparking heated discussions. For many, it was the first glimpse into a side of Nikocado that went beyond his on-camera theatrics, a side that seemed calculating and cruel. Nick didn't stay silent, though. He quickly responded with a series of videos denying Soo's claims and painting himself as the victim.
Today I'm responding to Stephanie Soo and the video she made about me entitled, "Why I'm Scared of Nikocado Avocado."
He first of all tackled the accusation of taking and posting pictures of Soo's house without her permission, arguing that Soo had consented and given him a tour of her home, and that the photos were taken innocently, saying that she took him to all the rooms in her home and showed him all the bathrooms, bedrooms, even the swing outside and the pool too, and that he had no evil intentions with the pictures that he took.
Photos of someone's home without their permission. Why would you be taking photos? That's creepy, that's stalkerish. Are you dangerous? Are you gonna break in and steal a lamp? Are you gonna leak her out? Why would you take photos? And in Stephanie's video, she implied, well, she said that she had gone to the bathroom, she used the restroom, and when she came back, she had checked the security footage to see that I was taking photos of her house without her knowledge. And therefore, it made her question her safety, the overall peace of mind in her home, And that's a lie. That is 100% a lie. You know what the viewers will see? They will see upon arrival, the moment I stepped into her home, she gave me a whole house tour. I don't know if I went to every room, but I walked through, oh gosh, 5, 6, 7 different places. She took me from room to room, bathroom to bathroom, bedroom to bedroom, even outside to the pool, to the swing, everything.
But even if she had consented to the pictures being taken, she surely didn't give him the permission to post them online and publicly, a point which he smartly avoided entirely. He also accused her of blowing up the situation for some clout, suggesting her video was a calculated move to boost her own channel. And he showed a series of texts with Zach, who was also in the ramen mukbang video, as they discussed Soo's issue. He isolated a part of the thread to make his point that Stephanie Soo was doing it all for her own gains. With this, he made the argument that she was profiting off the attention that she got from the controversy, pointing out how she had a branded shirt on in her video and launched a merchandise line while all this was going on, even capitalizing on the trend of the phrase "in and out of sleep" by launching merchandise themed after it too. After claiming that this was one of the most traumatizing experiences that she'd faced in a long while, but was actively looking for ways to profit off it.
Now let's talk about her merch. I think it's great if you want to raise money for awareness and for a good cause. It's just very peculiar to me that all of a sudden the exact phrase, "in and out of sleep," that she said brought her to such emotional distress, as now she's giggling and laughing about it because it's making money for her. And she's saying that 100% is going to charity. Well, you know what she did? She knows that she's getting tens of thousands of people going to her merchandise page, that this influx of traffic, that she put a sale on every single one of her items. Every single one. To, I don't know, persuade people to buy something else to support her. To, oh, well, it's on sale, might not be on sale again. She's never had a sale there before, as far as I know. But why now? She knows everyone's going to her page to support this horrific phrase. Why is that funny? Why is that?
He also claims that Zach revealed to him that the only reason that Stephanie agreed to finally work with him this time was because her channel views were tanking seriously, and she so badly needed a pickup to boost her viewer count. And that was something that he could easily provide.
Zach told me that Stephanie told him that she was willing to collab with me now, not the first time, not the second time, not the third time, maybe for a drama 5-part docuseries on my channel. But now she's willing to do it because the views kept going down, 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 down. You can look at her social blade, and her views have been going down for like almost half a year, just steadily declining. Now it's worth it, and now she's willing to do it because it's Nikocado Avocado and she's gonna get clicks. Because I am dramatic, because I am forthright and I say too much and I like to spill the beans. She knows that it would have gotten attention. And Zach told me that that's the reason she only decided to do it.
In one other response, Nick claimed Soo was unprofessional during the collaboration, alleging she arrived unprepared and didn't contribute enough to the shoot, again making an example of the day when she slept off and had to cancel on him.
Another text I'd like to show is a couple weeks later, on September 10th, I said, "And Stephanie is so slow at communication that I'm not going to pursue it anymore. I don't want to be an annoying Kim texting her over and over, lol. When she doesn't respond to me, I can take it as a clear indication that she's not interested. She managed to look at her phone to get the appearance on B-Love's channel despite her busy move, so it's not like she isn't on her phone."
The feud escalated as Soo released a follow-up video titled "How Nikocado Manipulated All of Us," providing more evidence of Nick's alleged harassment and doubling down on her claims. The back and forth turned into a digital war, with fans dissecting every detail of the saga. The fallout was intense. Nick's reputation took a hit, with many fans siding with Soo's earnest demeanor over his combative responses, and were constantly throwing shades and insults at Nick. Reddit threads buzzed with speculation too, as some users defended him, arguing Soo's accusations lacked context and called her crazy. Another fan also explained that they see why Nick would react the way that he did. The controversy exposed a pattern in Nick's behavior, his tendency to clash with others in the YouTube space, from Trisha Paytas to Veronica Wang. It also raised questions about the authenticity of his on-camera persona. Was Nikocado's aggressive response a genuine reaction to being wronged, or was it another performance designed to keep viewers hooked? The truth remained elusive, but the feud left a lasting mark, with some fans never seeing Nick the same way again. Yet even that was not the absolute end of the Nikocado and Stephanie Soo drama, because almost 5 years later, in June of 2025, Nick revisited the controversy in a video titled "Exposing What Really Happened with Stephanie Soo." In a rare moment of contrition, Nick apologized for publicly shaming Soo and canceling their collaboration, admitting he could have handled the situation better.
That was the core of what happened between us. And that was 100% my fault. I was immature, I was unkind, I was unprofessional, I was childish, I was wrong. Stephanie, I am genuinely sorry. You were not obligated to sit and gossip with me on camera. You lacked the maturity to handle the situation the right way. I also want to apologize to you, Stephanie, for saying I would call you out for ghosting me. You know, plans change. It happens. Looking back, the way I treated you, the way I responded to you was not okay. Like I said, I was caught up in trying to get juicy content for my channel that I wasn't being considerate of how I was making you feel. You didn't deserve that, and I am sorry.
He then talked about the phrasing that she used in her video and a security camera footage that she put at the beginning of her video, saying that the combination of the two had already put a negative connotation to their interaction. He also pointed to the fact that she compared what happened between the two of them to her experience of being abused, and claimed that it was a serious reach.
Stephanie opened her video about me with what looked like security footage. Her shaking on a couch, visibly distressed, with someone holding on to her. It was dramatic, it was intense, and for the millions of people unfamiliar with either of us at the time, it planted a powerful impression that the person in that footage was me. And where she wouldn't clarify who the man was until 30 minutes into the video, when many people had already clicked out.
And the only way that I've ever felt like this to any degree in my life prior to Nick, it was one where I felt shit. I was in my own home, felt like no, really didn't have a lot of power.
Stephanie literally co-opted the media to intensify and distort the nature of her conflict that was at its core about gossiping on camera, canceling a collab, and venting about it through texts. She used dark imagery to connect us to a serious cause.
Nick then claimed the feud was blown out of proportion, and many viewers agreed, pointing to Soo's history of faking tears or making themes seem more dramatic than they really are. The apology was probably meant to signify Nick taking a step towards accountability, because it did little to nothing to erase the reputational damage that had already been done. The Stephanie Soo feud remains an important part of Nikocado's controversial legacy, a moment that revealed the high stakes of YouTube fame and the personal toll of public battles. After the back-and-forth responses, with both parties narrating their own sides of the ordeal, and Nick coming back to this after 5 whole years, one would easily have thought that Nikocado had peaked in controversy with the Stephanie Soo feud. But you could not be more wrong. It was recently revealed that Nick had an OnlyFans account that he ran. Yep, our very own Nikocado. He is once again starring in one of the most eyebrow-raising pivots in mukbang history. During the height of his dramatic mukbang era, Nikocado quietly opened an OnlyFans account, one that was packed with content that wasn't just suggestive, but it actually had full-on shock value. As most that dare to look have mostly regretted their actions that led them there, this reaction by most viewers of his content further decayed his own video-centric persona to a whole new level. It was later reported that he was actually in the top 0.14% of creators on the platform, with over 1,389 posts under his belt. What made it wild isn't just the existence of the OF account, it's that he framed it as somewhere he drops real me content, something that was supposedly different from the theatrical screaming and binge-eating performances that we've become used to. A Mel magazine interview then later revealed that, as Nikocado, Nick felt like it was all completely scripted, and that he saw YouTube as a way for him to create a character and provide entertainment. So even his own YouTube version of being real was almost certainly a layer in the performance. This revelation made fans start to wonder more what is real and what isn't, and the reaction told the story of what they felt. Fans who were already second-guessing his breakdowns and over-the-top dramatization of everything were now discovering he was monetizing his body and awkward intimacy while pretending to be collapsing under calories. It didn't just confuse people, it also reframed Nikocado's whole brand as a layered spectacle. He was a YouTube mukbang clown by day and fetish performer by private subscription night. But the story doesn't stop there with his OnlyFans account. Remember, Nikocado didn't just stay in his own YouTube sandbox, no, he popped up anywhere and everywhere, becoming the punchline, guest, and meme across internet culture. He's popped into collabs with creators like Trisha Paytas and Veronica Wang, sometimes as the guest and other times as the unstable centerpiece. Meanwhile, outlets dubbed him the Joker of Mukbang, highlighting how his faux breakdowns and clout-driven chaos weren't just content, they were performance arts that he layered in his gross-out theatrics. Plus, he wasn't just a YouTube face, he was tangibly crossed into mainstream recognition. He even appeared on a Comedy Central's American television show, Tosh.0, in 2018, a marker that even TV producers saw the value in his over-the-top persona. He was also featured in countless reaction compilations, meme pages, TikToks, and YouTube shorts, embodying and becoming the internet's carnival freak show character made flesh. From performing breakdowns on camera, to trending on meme pages, to being critiqued in think pieces about internet audience capture, Nikocado Avocado transcended YouTube. He became a caricature of unchecked online access, and ironically, a cultural touchstone for how not to chase clicks.
Your spouse support date. Cheers. USA #1.
To understand how Nicholas Nick became Nikocado Avocado, the man at the center of these hurricane-like storms, we need to go back to the beginning. Long before the feuds and the mukbangs, Nick was a young boy with big dreams, shaped by a unique and challenging upbringing. Born on May 19, 1992 in Kherson, Ukraine, Nick's life began with uncertainty. Shortly after his birth, he was placed for adoption, a process shrouded in mystery. Little is known about his biological parents, though he has mentioned having a biological sister and even did a video with whom he claimed was his sister. But Nick didn't spend much time in Ukraine at just a few months old. Nick was adopted by an American couple and brought to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, where he would grow up in a middle-class household. The discovery of his adoption at age 5 was a pivotal moment. Nick has shared that learning he was adopted triggered deep emotional turmoil, leading to mental health struggles that landed him in therapy as a child. He described feeling like he didn't fully belong, a sentiment that would later echo in his dramatic YouTube content.
That's interesting. No, it's interesting because, like I said, I thought your story just in general, like being adopted and then growing up, were you someone who needed attention, who wanted attention?
Yeah, I was in and out of therapy since I was like 5.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, why were you in therapy in the first place?
Behavioral issues, so I would like want attention. So maybe yes, maybe you're right.
Were you loud? Were you obnoxious? Were you being mean? What was your attention seeking?
All of it. Well, I don't know about meanness, but definitely just like, yeah, just like wanted the spotlight, which is so different of how I am now, especially off camera. I'm very kind of just like reserved and stuff, but
I'm surprised they would want to put you in therapy. That seems like a normal thing. A 5-year-old is as loud sometimes wants to be.
Yeah, they put me on medication too.
At 5?
Or 7. 7 was my first time.
7?
Zoloft, yeah.
No.
Yeah. I disagree with that, but then again, I wasn't raising myself. My parents said it was hard, but I don't know.
7?
It
Taking
seems very
Zoloft.
Yeah.
For
That's
what was
depression, right? So they thought I was depressed, then I thought I...
Despite these challenges, Nick found solace in music. Realizing that he was a gifted violinist, he immediately threw himself into his craft, practicing for hours and dreaming of a career on Broadway. He majored in violin performance in college, attending the Catholic University of America's Benjamin T., later Rome School of Music, Drama, and Art, a prestigious program for young artists, and later studied music at the Catholic University of America in Washington, D.C. His passion for the violin was evident, but so was his frustration with the competitive world of classical music, New York's cutthroat art scene left him feeling overshadowed, and he began to question whether his dreams were attainable. While music was his first love, Nick's early life wasn't without struggles. He's hinted at a strained relationship with his adopted family, though he's kept details vague. His openness about being gay, which he publicly shared in 2016, also shaped his identity. Coming out in a relatively conservative area like Harrisburg wasn't easy, and Nick has spoken about facing judgment and isolation. These experiences fueled his desire to carve out a space where he could be seen and heard, a drive that would later propel him to YouTube stardom. Before he became Nikocado Avocado, Nick tried his hand at various jobs to make ends meet. He worked at the Home Depot, a far cry from the stage lights he'd envisioned, and took gigs as a freelance violinist.
Ever had a job?
Yeah, many.
Really?
Yeah. I was an ice skating rink coach. I worked at a restaurant. I was a server.
Home Depot?
Home Depot. Yeah, that's one of many. Violin lessons. Lots of different things.
Okay.
I used to play at weddings.
And then you just gave up work. Started eating.
It was during this period of searching for purpose that he met his eventual husband, Orlin Home, whom he met through a vegan Facebook group. The two almost immediately hit it off, as they shared a lot of similarities. They were both on the vegan path, and they just started out, learning the ropes of this newfound path. Orlin was also the one that talked him into achieving his long-term dream of doing YouTube. And in 2012, he finally launched his first YouTube channel, Nikocado Avocado, along with Orlin. According to Nick's account, it was Orlin that did all the work, and even convinced him to go on and start creating videos for YouTube, which he eventually did in the years to come. Their early content was a far cry from the mukbangs that would make him famous. They were focused on veganism, and their videos mostly featured recipes, lifestyle vlogs, and Nick's violin covers. All of that clearly reflecting Nick's commitment to a plant-based diet and his musical roots. He and Orlin bonded over their shared values, their ideals, and a mutual love for adventure. Their connection quickly deepened, leading them to attend the Woodstock Fruit Festival, a vegan event in New York, where they met in person and began dating. This relationship would become a cornerstone of Nick's early YouTube career, with Orlin appearing in many of his videos.
For $1. Totally visit Santa Rosa de Cabal. It's so beautiful here.
And later, Orlin would convince Nick to come with him to a home country, which he'll do, and end up spending 3 whole years in Colombia. There they explored vegan culture and documented their adventures.
This is the biggest mango in the world, and it tastes like chocolate pudding cheesecake. Let's open it up. Oh my god, a big one. Cheesecake Factory, are you listening? Cheers. Don't even look at me.
This early chapter of Nick's life reveals a young man searching for identity and purpose. His Ukrainian roots, adoption, and struggles with mental health gave him a sense of being an outsider, while his passion for music and later veganism offered outlets for expression. But the seeds of his future controversies were already there. His emotional intensity, his constant need for validation, and his willingness to push boundaries. Nick's shift from vegan vlogger to mukbang icon would set the stage for his meteoric rise and the troubles that followed. In 2012, Nick launched his first steps into the digital world as a vegan vlogger, a far cry from the dramatic figure he'd later become. This period, from 2012 to 2016, was a formative chapter in his life, marked by his commitment to veganism, his budding relationship with Orlin Home, and a growing ambition to make his mark online.
Hello, I'm here at the fruit tree customers welcome thing. No, just kidding. I'm at the truly tropical mango farm, organic mango farm in Delray Beach. It's really cool here. Today I got lots of organic fruits, and I got black sapote, I got jabuticaba.
But it was also a time of serious disillusionment, setting the stage for a dramatic pivot that would change everything. Nick's earliest foray into veganism began around 2011, a time when he was searching for purpose after his other ambitions hit roadblocks. Living in Pennsylvania and working odd jobs, Nick was drawn to the vegan movement, which was gaining traction online. He adopted a full plant-based diet as he was motivated by health, environmental, and ethical concerns, and immersed himself in the community. It was through a vegan Facebook group in 2013 that he met his husband, a fellow vegan with a shared passion for the lifestyle. In July, after launching his second YouTube channel named Nikocado Avocado 2, the name Nikocado Avocado being a playful nod to Nick's veganism, since avocados were a staple of the diet.
People call me Nick. And then Nikocado Avocado came from when I was a fruitarian back in the day. I was only eating fruit, and I was eating a lot of avocados, and avocados is my favorite fruit. And I was eating so many, like literally 15 to 20 a day, which is like, yeah, that's a problem. I mean, it wasn't a problem. I was enjoying myself. And actually, Orlin gave me the name.
Really?
He was sitting next to me watching me eat all these avocados. He's like, you're like the Nikocado avocado, like Nick avocado.
Yeah.
His early videos were wholesome and earnest, a stark contrast to the chaos that would later define his content. He posted vegan recipes like smoothie bowls and raw salads, lifestyle vlogs about his plant-based journey, and violin covers of popular songs. With his slight frame, bright smile, and gentle demeanor, Nick came across as a passionate advocate, eager to inspire others to embrace veganism. The couple's adventures took them beyond Pennsylvania. In 2014, during their stay in Colombia, they documented almost everything from their travels, exploring local markets, trying exotic fruits, and sharing tips from maintaining a vegan diet abroad. Videos from this period show a carefree Nick, often shirtless in the tropical heat, laughing with Orlin as they navigated their new life. Their content was aspirational, aimed at a niche but growing vegan audience. Nick's violin skills also featured prominently, with covers of songs like Adele's Hello, showcasing his musical talent. These early videos, while they were quite modest in production quality, they revealed his charisma and knack for connecting with viewers, even if his subscriber count remained small, hovering in the thousands. But Nick's vegan phase wasn't without challenges. He later revealed that maintaining a strict vegan diet took a toll on his health. In a 2016 video, he described suffering from a rotten tooth, hypoglycemia, and a vitamin B12 deficiency, which he attributed to the limitations of his plant-based diet.
And they think I was just this beacon of health.
Yeah.
I rotted a tooth. I had low B12 deficiency. My sex drive was terrible.
Really? I wondered that. Okay.
Terrible.
Wow.
I developed hypoglycemia. I don't know if it's directly related to veganism, but I never had that before.
What's hypoglycemia?
So your blood sugar drops really low and you sweat, you shake, you get nervous, you get heart palpitations, you get discombobulated. Like, you talk to me and I don't even know what you just said. I'm like, what? Like, I have to eat. Almost like diabetic. It's sugar related.
These health issues were compounded by his growing frustration with the vegan community. Nick found the online vegan space increasingly dogmatic, describing it as unbalanced, hostile, and mentally unstable, in a scathing video that would begin his dietary turnaround. He felt judged for minor deviations from vegan orthodoxy, like eating honey, and grew tired of the community's militancy. The pressure to conform, combined with his health struggles, began to erode his commitment to the lifestyle. By 2016, Nick's disillusionment reached a breaking point. In a now infamous video titled "Why I'm No Longer Vegan," he announced his decision to abandon veganism, citing both personal health concerns and his disdain for the community's toxicity.
Eating gluten, eating bread on a vegan lifestyle isn't good enough in some vegans' eyes. It's really hard because you make these videos to inspire people or to just show different variations of being vegans if you want to help save animals' lives, or just give different alternatives, because let's face it, we are not all going to eat the same way ever. Never, ever, ever. That's not gonna happen. Yet people still want to put all of their energy in trying to make people identical.
The reaction was intense. Vegan fans who had seen Nick as a role model felt betrayed. Comments on his videos turned hostile, with some accusing him of selling out. One specific fan said that he traded his health for wealth. Others sent threats promising that this was the worst decision he made in his life, a response that Nick said left him shaken but resolute. The backlash was a harsh introduction to the volatility of internet fame, but it also gave Nick a taste of the attention that controversy could bring. His subscriber count began to climb as the drama drew curious viewers. This moment of rupture set the stage for Nick's next chapter, the mukbang era. In mid-2016, after Nick quit veganism, he was inspired by South Korean creators who were popularizing the trend. Then Nick uploaded his very first mukbang video, eating a large bowl of vegan noodles while chatting with viewers. The video, which gained 50,000 views in just weeks, was a revelation.
So today we are doing something really special. This is my first time ever having ramen noodles that I've made myself. Alright, I think I've had it at a friend's house 1 or 2 times before, but you know.
Unlike his vegan vlogs, which had a niche audience, mukbang offered a broader appeal, blending food, entertainment, and emotional storytelling. Nick saw an opportunity to reinvent himself, leaning into a theatrical persona that exaggerated his emotions. He was now regularly crying, laughing, and ranting on camera.
Things to discuss. The tea is steaming hot. You eat. I have some receipts. Sit down. You, these clowns.
Your everything about me is no. For anything. You actually sit down.
Sticking her nose in drama. Acting like she doesn't want drama.
He began eating non-vegan foods like fried chicken and pizza, a deliberate departure from his past. With Orlin often joining him, the couple's playful dynamic became a draw, turning their videos into must-watch spectacles.
Don't know. Bunch of hipsters.
Bunch of hipsters, yes. We love hipsters.
Is it too dark for you guys? Yes. Too tired.
I feel like these would be better with veganese.
The shift to mukbang wasn't just a creative pivot, it was also a personal transformation. Nick's content became louder, more dramatic, and more polarizing. He started multiple channels, Nikocado Avocado, Nikocado Avocado 3, more Nikocado, to maximize his output, posting daily videos that showcased his growing appetite and flair for performance. His subscriber count soared, reaching hundreds of thousands by 2017, and his net worth began to grow through YouTube ad revenue and sponsorships. But the transition came at a hefty cost. Nick's health began to decline as he consumed thousands of calories per video, and his relationship with Orlin grew strained, with their on-camera arguments becoming a staple of his content.
Appreciate my cake. What is wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I bought the cake because I love you. Are you serious? Serious? I'm seriously in love with you. That's what I tell the therapist. Bleed off all over. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. No, no. No, stop. Ouch, my piggy. Ow. What's wrong with you?
I just got a cake because I loved you.
Oh, stop it, Orlin. Stop, that's cold. Stop. You got it on the ceiling.
The wholesome vegan vlogger was gone, replaced by a larger-than-life figure who thrived on chaos. This early YouTube career also saw the solidification of Nick's personal life with Orlin. In April 2017, the couple married in a quirky ceremony at Chick-fil-A, a moment they filmed for their channel. The choice of venue was ironic at best, given Chick-fil-A's controversial history with the LGBTQ+ community, and it reflected Nick's penchant for provocation. Their marriage, like their content, was a mix of love and conflict, with Orlin playing a key role in shaping Nikocado's brand. They adopted a parrot named Mr. Noodle, who became a fan favorite in early mukbangs, and briefly owned a sloth named Kiwi and a hedgehog named Shaman, adding to their eccentric persona.
That I've been getting about having Noodle, Orlin's pet bird. We're adopting a sloth from Florida. Getting a lot of crazy comments from vegans, of course, saying I'm not vegan enough, what I'm doing is wrong.
By the end of 2016, Nikocado Avocado was no longer a niche vegan vlogger, but a rising star in the mukbang world, one of the first American men to dominate the genre. His early YouTube career laid the foundation for his empire, but it also planted the seeds of controversy. By 2017, Nick, who had now fully transformed into Nikocado Avocado, was no longer the earnest vegan vlogger or aspiring violinist. He was a mukbang phenomenon, dominating a genre that blended food, drama, and raw emotion. From 2017 to 2020, Nick's YouTube empire skyrocketed, with his main channel surpassing 1 million subscribers and his videos racking up tens of millions of views. His theatrical style, marked by frequent emotional outbursts, chaotic arguments with his husband Orlin home, and gargantuan meals. But as his fame grew, so did the controversies, from alarming health concerns to explosive feuds with other creators.
Your voice is annoying. Your face is annoying. You're disgusting. Stop. I don't like your voice. Oh! No! Oh! Want more? Do you want more? No! What you did? Look at what you did to the walls! Stop it! And you're gonna be cleaning it. You got.
Through it all, Nick's videos became a mirror of his excess and a lightning rod for criticism. His mukbang content was unlike anything else on YouTube. He didn't just eat, he performed, turning meals into high-stakes theater. His videos often featured him devouring massive portions. Sometimes it's a 10,000-calorie feast of fried chicken, donuts, or ramen drenched in cheese, all while ranting, crying, or clashing with Orlin on camera.
Only bites now, only bites. Let's try these strawberry-filled ones. I got a lot of them. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 of these.
This period saw him expand to multiple platforms, including TikTok, where his short-form mukbangs amassed billions of views, and Patreon, where fans paid for exclusive content.
Oh my god.
As his views and subscriber count soared, so did his financial success, with estimates suggesting he earned crazy millions from ad revenue, sponsorships, and cameo bookings. But the cost of this empire was steep, as his health deteriorated and his behavior sparked new conflicts. One of Nick's most emblematic videos from this era is a video titled, "I'm Done." In this 30-minute mukbang, Nick eats a mountain of spicy noodles while tearfully declaring he's done with YouTube, citing exhaustion and fan criticism. The video is a masterclass in his dramatic style, as it really oscillates between sobbing, yelling at Orlin off camera, and addressing viewers directly, pleading for understanding. He then proceeds to shave off his head and smear the runny eggs he was going to eat on his face, making himself even more unfit to the eyes. The thumbnail, which was a close-up of Nick's tear-streaked face, just screamed clickbait, and the content delivered. Analysis of the video shows a scripted blend of vulnerability and exaggeration. Nick's emotional outbursts feel raw, but his later admission to Trisha Paytas that sad videos get the most views suggests that he knew what he was doing and trying to achieve with that video. The video's comments reflect its impact as his fans expressed concern, pleading with him to take care of himself and seek help. Meanwhile, skeptics called it manipulative, adding that he did it just for the attention. The video encapsulates Nick's ability to blur authenticity and performance, drawing viewers into his chaos, especially with over-the-top dramatic displays like this, and he still gets the reaction he wants. Health concerns became a central issue during this period, as Nick's weight climbed to a staggering 411 pounds by 2020, a direct result of consuming thousands of calories per video he made. Fans noticed him struggling to breathe mid-mukbang, with some clips showing him pausing to catch his breath while eating and even while talking too.
Getting a lot of messages from people who are concerned, as I am. But I was craving a big.
In a 2019 video, My Life is Falling Apart, that raked up over 15.7 million views, Nick eats a tray of fast food while lamenting his declining health and fractured relationship with Orlin.
Hi. I'm here. I just woke up. It is 2:30 in the afternoon. I didn't even clean up. This is from yesterday. If you think this is bad, don't look at my kitchen. My kitchen looks worse than this. I still have all of my bowls, but oh my gosh. Follow my Twitter at Nikocado Avocado, and if you do, I might just follow you back.
The video's rawness, showing Nick's labored breathing and tearful confessions, which alarmed viewers.
Because I've been this size, this fat, this overweight, this unhealthy for a year. And I've never had this issue before. I've never had this issue. I don't know. I don't know why.
This caused the comments section to get filled with comments from fans and viewers sympathizing with him, saying that he should take a break from social media and focus on getting his life together first. Nick's current state showed a stark contrast to his early vegan content. The vibrant, slim Nick was now gone, and has been replaced by a figure visibly struggling under the weight of his persona. Many viewers still argued his videos glorified overeating, and they could potentially trigger eating disorders in viewers, while supporters saw them as a cry for help. Nick addressed these concerns in a 2020 Drama Alert interview with Keemstar, claiming he was exercising lightly and managing his health, but his content continued to feature excessive eating, raising doubts about his commitment.
6 months ago, I still had a YouTube channel. We did this small little interview. I had no intention of coming back. Now, I have no YouTube channel. Nick's even more fat. He's eating more and I have no YouTube channel once again. Website.
Nick, honestly, I mean, you were a little chubby because you've been doing the mukbangs, right? But you have gained so much weight recently. 2 days ago, you uploaded this video. I'm gaining so much weight, now my clothes don't fit.
It's honestly ridiculous. I'm glad you asked about this. I'm trying to do a weight loss journey right now while also maintaining my mukbang career. It's really effing hard. I'm doing it on Patreon. I just started my Patreon yesterday, and I'm showing people how much weight I'm losing, and I can't fucking lose weight. I don't know why. I go on the treadmill. I eat pumpkin. I eat like 4 cups of pumpkin a day because the potassium pumps out the sodium. I go on the treadmill. I do low intensity exercises, which are best for fat burning. I'm actually a very knowledgeable person, if you haven't already been able to tell.
The controversies extended beyond health. Nick's feuds with other YouTubers intensified, painting him as a contentious figure. His clash with Trisha Paytas in 2019 stemmed from a podcast where Nick spoke briefly about the state of his mental health and how it's affected him, as we covered earlier. But somehow that got flipped over and used against him. Paytas, a fellow drama-prone creator, called him out for manipulative behavior, accusing him of always playing the victim and never owning up.
This is my Nikocado Avocado. Okay, I see that. You know, your hubby Orlin be booking this, but okay, I'm gonna be real, okay? You mean he got a cameo and everything, like, okay. He wants the seat. He wanted me to tell you what I love and what I don't love about you. Well, I don't know what happened a couple years ago. Something happened where I don't know if
We have to talk.
Nick responded with a full-on video detailing the ordeal that the two of them went through to be where they are today. He explained that a few years back, when Trisha was asking fans of hers to do covers for a song of hers called Warrior, promising prizes for the best attempts, he hopped on it. And he did a cover with his violin, adding that it took him over 3 days to get a version of his cover that he was satisfied with before submitting.
This video took over 100 hours easily. I had to write it. I had to make a tenor, a soprano, a double alto, a bass. I had to edit it. I had to intertwine the camera. I did it on like 3 separate days and redid it and chose out the best one. It was a lot of...
When Trisha heard Nick's cover, she almost immediately fell in love with his work. She was so amazed that she dropped a comment for him on his platform where he posted his entry. Her comment said, "I can't even speak on how I'm feeling right now. This is so touching. I truly can't articulate words. I've loved you for so long as a fan, and this blew my mind when I saw it. We need to get together in person. There's something about you." After a little while, she then tweeted at Nick asking him to DM her on the premise that his cover was so good that they want to make it into an actual song. Nick eventually DMs her and they get talking about working on the said collab. According to Nick, he was in Colombia at that time but was making plans to come back to the United States soon as his visa was expiring. They eventually agreed to do a 2-day shoot in LA, one where they sit and eat vegan food only, and another where they just eat junk and whatever. But unfortunately for Nick, he gets to LA and suddenly Trisha is nowhere to be found. He kept on texting her back to back every day that he was in LA, but never got a response again. And it does not take a NASA engineer to figure out why that was sour for Nick, who flew all the way down to LA from Colombia for this main purpose, but was not able to get the collabs that Trisha promised to him. Eventually, fans somehow got a hold of the news and start pressuring Nick to come tell his side of the story, and explain what happened with him and Trish. Yet, he refused to do so, at least not without Trisha's approval. But that too didn't come. And meanwhile, Trisha had been going on shows, live streams, and podcasts talking ill about Nick, saying that she didn't even know him like that, literally denying him outside and ignoring him in the DMs.
And I was like, they were all like, Trisha ghosted him. I was like, Trisha didn't even know that he was coming.
No idea. Nikocado, or I don't even know. I was like, what? Like, the only time I heard of him was when he did my Warrior cover.
Yeah.
He played on the violin or something. I didn't know. I didn't even see the messages.
The feud eventually fizzled out, and it seems like Nick and Trisha are now back on good terms, as they seem to have now done multiple collabs together and with a few different styles, but it added to Nick's reputation.
Cheers to Trisha Paytas.
Cheers.
And new friendship.
You consider people your friends very easily. You have to be careful of people using you.
Yeah.
And I think you gotta, like, watch out.
Am I being used right now?
Another notable clash was with Veronica Wang in 2018. This was around the same time when Nick and Stephanie Soo were having their own beef too. After Nick and Veronica finished collaborating on a mukbang, Wang came to accuse Nick of being domineering and unnecessarily rude during filming, claims echoed by others in the community. She was also not flattered by the mukbang video that Nick made about her, and she was really pissed and disappointed that he would do such to her, knowing that she was struggling at the time. The video's comical vibe, complete with dramatic music and close-ups of Nick's defiant expressions, really amplified his combative persona. Upon finding out, Nick tried to get ahead of it and apologized to her at first, but he didn't get any reception.
Response videos. I'm someone that likes attention, but it wasn't worth it in the end, and I don't feel proud. It scares me to know that I didn't have any self-awareness. It is harmful to myself, and it is harmful to my viewers. I was part of that judgment. I'm so sorry, everybody. I really want to try hard to make it up, and I don't know if I ever will.
Again, that drama also kind of fizzled out too, with Nick even posting a reaction video of one of her own mukbang videos where she tried to mimic or copy Nikocado.
I mean, honestly, I'll be honest with you, I love Whoppers. At one point, I was definitely Burger King over McDonald's, but I think that's changed over time, just with like the coffee and all the stuff that they've done. At one point, Whoppers were my one true love, but
during the video where she was in a car eating and recording, she reveals that she and Nick haven't even met in person in a long while, but she's not particularly mad at him either. She then reveals that she's very big on forgiveness, and that she doesn't like holding back those feelings as they're only going to end up hurting you.
I haven't been met. Now my thing is, I'm a very forgiving person. I believe in forgiveness. I'm very big on forgiveness. I think forgiveness is a very important thing for two reasons. One, actually, there's only one reason, really. It's because it's not good to harbor ill feelings towards someone because you're not hurting them, you're just hurting yourself. All that anger, all that pent-up energy. You know what I mean? All of that is just being stuck inside of you.
Oh, is that...
She ended the video by saying that the worst thing that someone can do to another person is kick them while they're down. And that's a simple principle that she goes by. And Nick fell short of that when he came after her and with the way he treated her.
Like, personally for me, like what I believe in and where my boundaries are, I just think the worst thing that you can ever do to someone is kick them when they're already down. They're already down. You're gonna push them down further, you know what I mean? They're already not in a good space. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Only time will tell, right? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed this car. It's cute, right? The orange. And yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see you on the second channel.
Honorably, Nick admitted to his wrongdoings and once again apologized for his actions back then, saying that he doesn't understand why he acted that way, and even going as far as blaming YouTube for his actions.
By the end of it, I think I know what she's referring to. When she says kicking me when I'm already down. That is what I apologize for. So I definitely know what that feels like. I grew up that way, and that's what I did to her. I don't know why I did that to her. Part of it was obviously YouTube rewards that terrible behavior. And I'm aware of that, which is like, okay, let's ping pong back and forth drama. But she didn't really ping it back to me. It was like one video giving me the finger. It was me saying, well, how dare you, over and over and over. So I don't know why I did that. I don't know if it was, I lost sense of why I even reacted in the first place, and it was more so for drama and clicks, and I definitely misused that. I did videos where I ate like Jeffree Star, I ate like Shane Dawson, I ate like a bunch of people, I ate like Amberlynn Reed, I also ate like Veronica Wang. I ate like a bunch of, it was a series I made, and in the series I was super sarcastic and like, oh, I'm gonna eat noodles because that's all she eats, or let me shove a bunch in and look at the camera. I was being mean. I mean, like, just can't say the word, but
Upon close inspection, though, it is not far-fetched to assume that Nick used these feuds and beefs with other YouTubers to maintain his relevance, as his controversial videos consistently outperformed his standard mukbangs. However, the backlash was significant, with Reddit threads labeling him pathetic and as a fraud. His feud with Charlie, who's also known as Charlie White, in 2020 further escalated tensions. Charlie criticized Nick's behavior in a commentary video, calling his content unhealthy and exploitative. In his video, Charlie talked about how far down the line Nikocado had gone and how he was now nearing the phase of being so overweight that it could be fatal eventually. He also talked about how Nikocado now blames the fans for his disability, saying they encouraged him to keep eating and are therefore responsible for him being as he was.
About it. I'm not really here to get into the lore of Nikocado Avocado. There's a ton of videos that do dive into it. I want to talk about what's going on recently with him. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and take my swampy ass out of here for a second and let Nikocado Avocado kind of take it away. This is from his most recent video. This is kind of what his content has become.
I wouldn't have become disabled if it weren't for you people who encouraged these videos. This is the $6, this is the $10. Ouch! My ribs! How many months are we gonna have to endure this pain? Alright, let's go for this. Ooh. This definitely looks cheesier. This one. And I'm allergic to this one too. Oh.
Moist goes on to add that Nick claims to have broken 3 of his ribs under the sheer weight of his body, which is actually insane if it was true. He took this information with a caution due to Nick's history of sensationalizing everything in his life.
Avocado's not the most reliable narrator. He makes a lot of shit up sometimes. So whether or not he actually now has a disability, it's anyone's guess. He claims to have 3 broken ribs, which is attributed to his incredible weight gain. Incredible being the wrong word, really just astonishingly upsetting weight gain that he's been putting on recently. He claims that the weight of his body has now broken a few of his ribs, which now has him bedridden. I think he also claimed to now have to have a full-time nurse in order for him to just engage in day-to-day activities. And he also has been diagnosed with sleep apnea, I believe, which is why you'll see on his most recent thumbnails, he has like that machine hooked up to his nose that makes him look like some kind of like cyborg from the future or something. It seems to really be going downhill quickly for him. People have been saying for the last couple years that Nikocado Avocado is literally killing himself for YouTube views, and it's absolutely true. He is slowly killing himself and documenting the journey the entire time while having an understanding of exactly what he's...
As soon as Charlie's video aired, Nick retaliated almost immediately with a response to the claims made by Charlie, CR1TiKaL, and his crew. In Nick's video, it was in a mini mukbang, where he eats fried chicken while mocking Charlie's monotone delivery and accusing him of hypocrisy. Nick then goes on asking who Moist was before he now talks briefly about how he feels like he's being body shamed, when that is definitely not what was happening.
Is this? Who is this person? Who are you? Who are you? Who is this? Who is this person? Penguins 0. Who is this person? Who is you? This person thought it would be cute to sit down on the computer and talk about my weight and my appearances and to fixate on how I look as if I don't have the right to exist because I happen to be a little overweight, because I happen to have a little water weight, because I happen to be a little fluffy. This is an unfluffy person. Unfluffy! You unfluffy individual! Who is this? Who is this? Who is this person? I don't even...
He then goes on about how Moist had no idea who he was, and he had almost zero information about his health, but he's just gone on to say that he's overweight. He also adds that while he was a vegan and was skinny, he wasn't even healthy. Nick recalled that he had low blood sugar. He lost a tooth and a whole bunch of other stuff.
You don't know the reasons why. You don't know my blood panels. You don't know anything about me. That gives you license to depict the way I look. And I watch a little bit of this video. We're gonna react to this whole video, actually. Who is this person? He said something about me being vegan. Oh, look, he was so skinny. And he showed photos of me when I had just rotted a tooth out of my face, had to get surgery, had such low iron levels that I was anemic, that I had low libido, that I had brain issues. Where he's like, oh, look at him, he's fat. No mentioning to his 8 million followers. By the way, don't send him hate. Don't send him things about his appearance. Don't
sent his mental health into a dark space, which is happening now, thanks to him. Full of lies. We're gonna. Who is this person? I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna address all of this.
The video's aggressive tone and personal attacks alienated some fans, with comments saying stuff like, he isn't fat shaming, he's telling you to watch what you're eating. The back and forth between these two went on longer than most of Nikocado's beefs, as this one had another round even after this. Nick even went as far as making a troll video on Charlie, mimicking how he eats in a quite disgusting and almost derogatory manner. In the said video, Nick is sitting on his bed, munching in hundreds of calories in a matter of minutes. At the same time, he was watching a video of Moist on his laptop as Moist was unboxing a Travis Scott and McDonald's, and he tried to narrate Moist's experience for him.
Oh, so much beauty. Look, just look at that. Breaking open the box, you can already immediately see an angelic glow shining down upon this patty. This isn't just a quarter pounder. This is a quarter pounder with cheese and Travis Scott. Now, I will say I am a bit disappointed they didn't make a new burger for Travis Scott. Get some flavor.
Get used to it. They don't do it for anybody. They don't. I've written 5 letters to corporate already. 5. They did it with the Nelly Furtado. They did it with the who else? What was that? Ew, that girl, that nasty. What was her? Ooh, sorry. You want to call me disgusting? Call her disgusting. She has, what's her thing lately? Oh, the Sweetie. The Sweetie. Trash bag. Ew. Hers was,
A simple analysis of these encounters showed that Nick is doubling down on his villainous persona, using the feud to generate buzz, but risking long-term fan loyalty. The conflict highlighted a growing divide, especially in Too Much. Some saw Nick as a misunderstood creator pushing boundaries, while others viewed him as a bully who's actually washed and is hiding behind performance. Nick's content also drew broader criticism for its societal impact. A 2019 video of him eating 100 tacos in one sitting amassed over 20 million views, and it showcases him consuming an obscene amount of fast food while joking about his weight gain.
Lots of them. And it made me really happy. I still love titties. Yay! That's why I'm not 100% gay.
The video's lighthearted tone belies its troubling undertones, with Nick visibly struggling by the end. If you watch the entire thing, you can see a disconnect, because while Nick frames the video as entertainment, its excess alarmed viewers, with comments questioning the ethics of such content. Research from the time, including studies on mukbang's influence, suggested videos like this could normalize binge eating or exacerbate body image issues. Nick's refusal to address these criticisms directly, with him often deflecting with humor or drama, also fueled accusations that he prioritized views over responsibility. His personal life also unraveled during this period. His marriage to Orlin, once a charming centerpiece of his content, became a source of tension. Videos from 2019 to 2020 often featured heated arguments, with Orlin accusing Nick of being controlling. In We Broke Up, the couple eats burgers while discussing their strained relationship, with Nick crying and Orlin storming off camera.
What's wrong? You ruined my life. I used to be so happy without you. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay. You ruined me. You're the worst thing that ever happened to me. Nowadays, but not the whole time. It's been years. It's been years. It's been like 5 years of this. I'm sorry. And you're not sorry. I am sorry. No, you're not! You're a liar! You're not sorry! You're not sorry! You're never sorry! You don't mean what you say! You're a piece of garbage! You're not sorry! You're not! I am. You ruined my life! You ruined my life! You're not sorry! You're never sorry! You never change! You ruined my life! You ruined my life!
Given their history, one can safely assume that the video was partly staged for drama, but the underlying tension was real. They were able to pull stunts like this a few more times before they finally did it for real. Their separation in February 2021, followed by a divorce in 2022, marked the end of a partnership that had defined Nick's early career. Fans mourned the split, while others saw it as inevitable given their volatile dynamic. By 2020, Nikocado Avocado was at the peak of his fame, a multi-million-dollar creator with a global following, but the controversies like his health concerns, feuds, and personal struggles still cast a shadow over his success. His videos, like the ones titled "I'm Done" and "Eating $100 Taco Bell," reveal a man pushing the limits of performance, health, and ethics, all while chasing the algorithm's approval. Nikocado Avocado had built a YouTube empire on the back of his chaotic mukbang videos, consuming thousands of calories while delivering theatrical performances that kept millions glued to their screens. But behind the drama and viral success, the toll of his lifestyle was becoming undeniable. His weight had soared to 411 pounds, his health was visibly deteriorating, and his personal life was unraveling with the collapse of his marriage to Orlin home. From 2020 to 2024, Nick faced a breaking point that would lead to one of the most shocking transformations in YouTube history, when he'd come and announced to the world that he had lost a whopping 250 pounds in weight in a video titled "2 Steps Ahead," claiming it was all part of a grand social experiment.
2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead. This has been the greatest social experiment for my entire life. It's alluring, it's compelling, it's gripping to observe all these unwell, disoriented beings roam the internet in search of stories, ideas, rivalries, where they feel encouraged and engaged, where they involve themselves with the stories and become a product of influence. Thirsty for a distraction from time unspent, spoiling their minds, yet stimulating them at the same time. It's brilliant, and it's deep.
The reveal stunned the internet, sparking praise, skepticism, and heated debate. In a 2021 video titled "I'm Not Okay," Nick eats a massive tray of fried chicken and mozzarella sticks while tearfully discussing his mental health. He admits to feeling trapped by his persona, saying, "I don't know who I am anymore without the food." The video's raw vulnerability, Nick's voice cracking, his face flushed from eating, stands out, but so does its performative edge.
You guys. How am I gonna get a hemorrhoid? You know, I'm gonna brain hemorrhoid. I'm gonna get a hemorrhoid. Brain hemorrhoid in my head. I'm lucky I'm still alive because of the accident. I'm just devastated. I just can't even get anything together. Everything seems so. Everything seems so hard for me. And I don't even have a regular tray. It's wibbly wobbly. I just want to be perfect. I just give me sheets that don't pill. I want the athletic type, but they don't sell them on Beth anymore.
The video, while poignant, aligns with Nick's 2020 admission to Trisha Paytas that his sad content generated the most engagement, raising questions about how much was genuine versus calculated. Reddit threads speculated about obesity-related diseases, with users citing risks like diabetes and heart disease, while others defended Nick's autonomy. A 2021 study on Mukbang's impact noted that such content could normalize binge eating, and Nick's videos became a focal point for this critique. Yet he continued uploading daily, feeding the algorithm and his growing fortune, estimated at $7 million by 2023. Behind the scenes, Nick was quietly changing. Starting in 2022, he began a weight loss journey in secret, a fact he hid by uploading pre-recorded mukbang videos. This period was marked by isolation, as it was just after his 2021 separation and 2022 divorce from Orlin. Nick then leaned on his long-term pet parrot, Mr. Noodle, for companionship.
How many years was it? How many years?
years? Tell me. How many years were we separate for? Too many, yeah. I know, my baby. I had no choice. But Daddy's back. We're back home. Shibby-doo. We're home. Hello. We're back home. Shibby-doo. And I'm back here with all of you. And
his videos from this time show him dining solo a lot more often, which was a stark departure from his earlier duo content with Orlin. The video's somber tone hints at his shifting mindset. The aftermath of Nick's body transformation was really electric. Fans praised Nick's transformation, noting his brighter demeanor and healthier appearance, reminiscent of his vegan days. On Reddit, users celebrated his discipline, with one post suggesting that he fooled them all, but respectfully. Yet criticism wasn't far off either, as critics questioned the social experiment claim that it was a retrospective justification for years of unhealthy behavior. Some speculated he used medical interventions like surgery, though Nick insisted his loss was through diet and exercise. In a follow-up video, The Truth About My Weight Loss, he details his regimen of high-intensity interval training, calorie tracking, and therapy, but sidesteps the experiment narrative, focusing on personal growth. The video easily suggests that Nikocado aims to quell doubts, which Nick's calm tone and structured narrative contrasting his chaotic past. It also shows him testing his audience's expectations, blending his old provocateur style with his new image. The 2 steps ahead reveal redefined Nick's legacy, but it didn't erase his past. After undergoing a secret 250-pound weight loss over 2 years, Nicholas also had a facelift done and his neck lifted, sometime in January 2025, to address the resulting excess, sagging skin. The deep plane procedure performed by Dr. Ben Talay corrected what Nick called his gobble-gobble turkey neck and restored his jawline.
2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead. This has been the greatest social experiment of my entire life. 2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead. I do hope everyone's having a nice day, a nice weekend, and I can't wait to talk to you soon. We have so much to talk about. And I can't really smile, but I really want to right now. But I can't, because it hurts. But anyways, you guys, I'll see you later. Bye.
Nick, who had previously relied on using strategic camera angles to hide his appearance, was in utter amazement at the results, which he felt made him look younger and happier. In February 2025, he underwent a further 360 body lift surgery, removing 10 pounds of loose skin from his torso to complete his physical transformation.
I had a blast being that fat piece of Today I'm going to tell you what I did. More procedures. I honestly, I'm very blessed. First of all, I didn't die from everything I did. People are like, do you regret anything? Of course I don't regret anything. You know, I had skin removal surgery. Let's start from the very beginning. I was fat. That's a great way to start. I was really fat, as you probably know. I was 411 pounds at my heaviest. We'll make this really quick.
From a body pushed to its limits to a reveal that shocked the world, Nick proved he could rewrite his narrative. But at what cost?